in the land of Judah. So how far then do the land of Judah extend? All the way up to here or here? But they're telling you in the land of Judah. There was only one house of what? The Most High in the land of where? Judah. You get the point I'm saying? So they're telling you here that you're in the land of Judah, and you have the only house of Yahweh in the land of what? Judah.
Yeah.
More and more evidence keep unfolding. But the point is here, is what is this here sitting in front of you? Yeah, I'm getting it. Come on, let's get in the shade. Everybody stand in the shade here.
Watch yourself.
Let's get in the shade. Let's get in the shade. You too, buddy. Get in the shade, man. Now, what's happening here? Just back in the back. Let's get you a little bit further. And let's give you an idea of what you're looking at here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is right here. Okay, I want you to read this to your family. It says the what?
The bench.
Okay, to the right, the entrance of the bench. So that's a what?
A bench.
That's a bench. Hold that. That's my word. Let me read. You read that.
The bench built of ashlars along the outer wall of the northeastern gate tower is 4.5 meters long. It was probably on such a bench that the elders of Israel used to sit.
So this is a bench that the elders will come up here and sit on to put forth judgment on the people. Keep reading.
When the psalmists speak of those that sit in the gate.
That sit in the gate.
Psalm 69:13.
So when you read that psalm from now on, you'll know you're talking about this bench. Now understand what's going on here now too. This here has been sitting here ever since David and Solomon's time. Again, I keep making the point. The scripture said God loved the gates of Zion more than what? All the dwellers of Jacob. If God loved those gates, then you would think that he would what? Preserve it. This is the most well-preserved site in all the land of Israel. Right here. The house of Yahweh. Making sense?
Mm-hmm.
Keep reading.
He must have had in mind a bench similar to that one discovered here. A good illustration is given in the book of Ruth 4:1-2. Then Boaz went up to the gate and sat down there, and behold, the kinsman of whom Boaz had spoken came by, and he said to him, "Sit down here." And he sat down.
So that's where, so right now, Boaz was from the house of David, and he lived in Bethlehem. Bethlehem is right there. So Boaz, so the gate, so the place that those people sat was where?
Right here.
Unbelievable, isn't it? And it's sitting here to this day. So now come back over here again. So right here you see that this here time frame, and they're telling you, was from the Iron Period. You follow me, which was David and Solomon's time. Persian. But we got the Babylonians, the Persian, the Greeks, the Roman. Jerusalem was here all of this time. Just telling you, this site has been here all of this time. Up into the Byzantine period, and then the early Arabic period. Now I'm going to answer your question that you asked Kenya. Hold it for a second. Come over here, brother. You're going to skip ahead and back and right there. Now you see, it says the Jews. It says in 132 AD, out of the Rome, the Emperor Hadrian. And right now, Emperor Hadrian is somewhere in this time here. All right. So let's read what happened in that time. I want you to read it, or help your friend. You read it, that's you.
The Jews recaptured Jerusalem in 132, but the Roman Emperor Hadrian drove them out 3 years later. Hadrian tried to end all Jewish hope for regaining Jerusalem. He renamed the city Aelia Capitolium.
Now that's where the deceit started. The deceit started right here. You see what I'm saying? This is when the deceit started. Keep reading.
And built temples to Roman gods, including one to Jupiter on the site of the Jewish temple. Hadrian even prohibited Jews from visiting or living in Jerusalem.
So what happened, this is what Kenya was telling you about. Kenya was telling you that what happened at that point, he prevented Jews from living in Jerusalem. Now, this Jerusalem or this Jerusalem? Let's see. So Jews weren't able to live here, we're saying, but let's say that's the place. 50-50, right? Keep reading.
But the city's importance as their spiritual center continued. The holy writings of the Jews reminded them that one day God would return them to Zion, a name they used for Jerusalem. By the 200s, the ban against Jews visiting the city was no longer strictly enforced.
By the 200s, so we still within this period here. Keep going. So from what time here? From
132 to 200.
You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
During the early 300s, Emperor Constantine I the Great made Christianity legal in the Roman Empire. He built the Church of the Holy Sepulchre what is it? Is it Holy Sepulchre?
Right, keep going.
In Jerusalem, and gave the city its old name again.
So what happened is that because there was two Jerusalems, there was Jerusalem of the Jebusites, which was which was surrounded by mountains, and there was a Jerusalem of Melchizedek, which was up on top of the mountain. Constantine came back and gave that place the actual Jerusalem of Melchizedek, the name Jerusalem again. Now, here is the map here. Let's put this here. Okay, let's give you that information. Here is you see this map here?
Mm-hmm.
That says what?
1532.
Now, and so this is the map of this area. This is surrounded by mountains. Area capital. Read that long.
Jerusalem under its Roman name for Elia.
Mm-hmm.
Mesda, Masada, En-Gedi.
En-Gedi. So it's telling you here, that's En-Gedi, and that's right here next to the actual Jerusalem. You get my point now?
Mm-hmm.
But this map is in what?
1532.
So if Constantine, now follow me now. You got to put your hats on now. If this is a map of Area Capitolona in what? In 1532, with the name that according that Hadrian actually called Jerusalem, surrounded by mountains, right? Then what did Constantine rename Jerusalem in 300?
Where is it?
You feeling me now?
Yeah.
Are you following me? Because you're the skeptic.
I'm a little off right now. I'm trying to piece it together.
Okay.
Aelia Capitonia.
Okay.
So
You had Hadrian.
So there's two Jerusalems. I gathered that.
Right. And one of them was the Amorite Jerusalem, which was up on top of the mountain. Okay. Another one was surrounded by mountains.
Okay, so which one?
So that's the point. So Hadrian said he wanted to keep the Jews, Hebrew people, from ever finding Jerusalem again. He wanted to stop them from finding it, right? So he put a ban where they couldn't live there for 200 years. So then the next emperor, Constantine, came and he renamed a city Jerusalem again.
Which one?
And
the one that was on top or the one that
that's
was
my
around?
point. In 300 AD, he renamed the city of Jerusalem, where the places where the Holy Sepulchre is at.
The one on the mountain.
Right. He tell you, and he built the church of the Holy Sepulchre in that Jerusalem.
So where we were yesterday.
The one you was at yesterday.
Okay.
Right. But the actual Jerusalem that was named Ede Capitolona was still going under the name of what? Of Ede Capitolona. In the 1500s.
Which is here.
Which is here.
They were still hiding it.
Right. No, they would have had it on the map. They had it on the map with the name on it. You know what I'm saying? In the first what? What is this called? The what? From the what?
Latin map of J. Ziegler, the author of the first atlas of the Holy Land.
The first atlas of the Holy Land. They slipped. He put it in there. It ain't been in there since. You get the point that I'm saying? But he slipped. because this place shouldn't be called Aelia Capitolona. It should be called Jerusalem.
Mhm.
Am I making any sense?
Yep.
Are you catching up with me?
So the emperor was trying to hide this Jerusalem?
Right.
Okay.
Right, to keep the
And
Jews
he
from coming.
renamed this one
Right.
the Capitolona?
Right.
Okay.
He was trying to hide it, but
So
understand
that
that.
was hidden, that was kept there. There was a ban to find this place for 200 years.
Right.
Um,
Let's read it again.
in
Let's read it
case
again.
afterwards, he changed what is, now Jerusalem to Jerusalem. So then everyone found Jerusalem, per se.
They found the actual the name, because they was going by the name of Jerusalem,
So they found the name of Jerusalem.
which was
not
up
the
there,
actual.
but they didn't know that the actual Jerusalem was still being called Aelia Capitolona. You get my point? Which a map shows it in 1500. Now you got to read this now, because I want you to catch up.
Alrighty.
Because I hear them read the other one. Yeah, let's stand in the shade. Let's get in the shade again. Let's get in the shade again. Okay. Anytime you get a chance to get in the shade, you stay in the shade. Okay, right there. Now this is the same thing. Hadrian orders what?
The expulsion of the circumcised from
Aelia Capitolona, which you saw that map is connected to the hill, which is surrounded by mountains. So he ordered the circle. Hadrian did that in 130 A.D. And then this guy Constantine in 326 A.D. Constantine what?
And his mother Helena began transformation of Jerusalem into a Christian city. So they're referencing here as Jerusalem as the real one,
Which is at the top of the mountain, right?
Yeah.
Keep going.
and then they transform the now current Jerusalem
Right, into
a
into a Christian city that everybody's now going to. You know, it's Hollywood. You understand? The place that everybody believes is the actual place. You see how deep that is? So now, but it gets beat down. Jerusalem what?
It falls to the Muslims.
Now, Jerusalem falls to the Muslims. And then that's when the Crusades start, the Dome of the Rock,
Built by Abd al-Malik.
right? And that's all in that place.
And who is that? Who is
That's the Muslim that built in that place because the Muslims built something in that place because they believe that place is Beth El. You know what I'm saying? Which is where the Prophet Muhammad ascended. So that's the ascending. He said that's the gateway to heaven. So they don't call that Jerusalem. They call it El Aqsa, which is the place of ascension. That's the story. But read what they both did here. And what? And two, what that says? And what?
1099?
Yeah.
Crusaders capture of Jerusalem, establishment of Latin Kingdom.
So in 1099, who? What did the Crusaders do?
They captured it.
And did what? And what they do?
They established a Latin Kingdom.
And they established Latin Kingdom. Come over here now. This place
Got
here.
everything in there.
This place here. Now, what did that say? 10 what?
1099.
1099. The Arab. They recaptured this place from the Arabs. See, the time doesn't what? The numbers don't lie. You get my point I'm saying, you brother? This is when Knights Templars came up here, was established.
Do they just refer early Arab as just like way back when, in a sense?
That was the Crusaders fighting against the Arabs. I have in here the agreement here. I have in here the agreement that the Crusaders made with the Arabs to keep the children of Israel from this place. The actual written agreement that they made at that time is, I have that agreement in Arabic. Now that's deep, don't you think? That they made, so they knew that this was the place. They knew that this was the place, but then they what? They knew it was the place together, and they agreed to keep the children of Israel from ever finding this place. Huh?
The circumcised.
You get the circumcised from this place. I dig it out. Okay, is that it? No, that's not it. Anyways, it's probably-
Only
it's probably-
like Jewish people were circumcised?
Exactly, the Jewish people, my people, everybody that they felt that could do this thing, that could turn this thing over, they was gonna keep them from this place here. I got that agreement on. I'll dig that out later. So the Arabs and the Crusaders got together and they buried this place. The Knights Templars, they said that they found holy vessels here and they took them back to Europe. Have you heard the story?
Holy vessel, so artifacts.
Holy artifacts. And they took them back to Europe after they buried this place here.
So what did they take?
Well, who actually know? I got some stuff on my Facebook page that they say what they took.
Okay, so
They actually show they show they show some artifacts they took, but who actually know what happened?
It's in the Vatican somewhere.
Well, I'm not
I was going to say it's hidden in a vault.
well, some people actually say it's in D.C. somewhere now
Oh,
because
really?
they supposed to took it from there, the Knight Templars, and they took it, they said, to America. But that's another story. Anyway, the point is that that's the answer to your question that Kenny was telling you about. That here they stopped people from they actually stopped people from here for 200 years. And they kept us up here. And then after 200 years, they came back and called that place Jerusalem, where this place was still being called Area Capitolona. You follow me? And you read in there, near Engedi, which is Engedi's right there where the river's going to flow. You see how deep that is? So the geography, the history tells you when the deception actually takes place. You want to say wow now?
I was going to say that's a bit crazy. There's my wow.
Getting close.
I don't say wow really, but that's pretty crazy.
That's right. It's written down in history. Who was the guy that sought to hide Jerusalem? What's his name? Say Hadrian. Hadrian.
Adrian.
That's the guy
So he was-
that concocted the plan.
He was
The Roman emperor that tried to keep. You follow me? And then Constantine, which was another Roman emperor, following Hadrian's plan. After they first changed the names of everything in the area, then they reintroduced after 200 years. You understand that? This Jerusalem of the Christian Jerusalem. And then everybody started coming there. Fooling Jews. You know what I'm saying? But the Arabs knew that wasn't the place because they had concocted the plan together and they buried this place.
The Knights Templars were with the Masons, right?
They the ones who created the Masons. That's who.
Yep.
That's the. Let's go up to the top here. Huh?
That's a whole other story.
Whole nother story.
Right?
That's the whole. That's the whole. Oh, you getting to know me now, huh?
Whole nother story.
We can write a book on that alone.
Oh, I've done my research there.
Tommy?
I've done my research there too.
Hey Neil, are you starting to believe?
Wow.
We got a wow.
Okay, this is what you guys came here to see.
Oh, moly.
Right here. This is what you came here. Okay, yeah, come hold this for me. And let me grab some of your water. Oh, Ken, you got a lot of it. Give me your water.
It's so hot.
It's because you have it plugged in. You can't
It
charge
was dying.
it in the.
Actually, pour me some of that. We don't have to.
Like I have another battery pack if you need it.
No, it's because she overheated her phone.
Oh, well, it's hot out. Take pictures with yours. I'm taking pictures.
Okay, guys, so now here we at the point where we need some understanding. Come over here, guys.
Taking a picture.
Now, you remember we was down below. And I need you over here, my brother. 'Cause you the man. See, faith brought you here. So you knew it was the place before you even came. Your wife sort of on board, which she can feel it. The skeptic, he gonna have to put his hand into Jesus' side before he believes. Come on up here, downtown. You see, so if we can get him to admit 50-50, we win. Look, if we can get you to admit just to put a question mark up, you know what I'm saying? We win. You see, my wife, what's happening here? This here is what you're looking at. But you remember, down below, they described this as a what?
Tabernacle.
A tabernacle. So now you can see why they described it. You see right here? That's where the ark's at. That's the Holy of Holies.
Okay, that little.
Now this here On that side is what they call it what? The showbread table, right there. On this side here is where they call the candlesticks. Now you see the candlesticks ain't there no more, right?
On that little ledge.
Right, hold on. Come on. Get close. See right here? Ark went set there. Isn't it, huh?
Up top.
Showbread table is still there. Candlesticks is gone.
Oh, right here.
Right here. Right across. Huh?
Like I'm not seeing it.
What's that, brother?
I was like,
Exactly.
I'm not seeing it.
Exactly. It's not there.
Okay, come on.
No. Like when you're saying the candlesticks, I was like, I'm looking. I'm like, I'm
Right.
not seeing
Now,
it.
where did the
So-
candlesticks go? You have to go to Rome. Titan's what? Wall. You actually see them carrying the artifacts from this place. The candlesticks is missing. And the holy vessels, they got them from this place right here. You get the point? You can actually go to Titan's wall and see it. Am I making any sense? Now, this is not the Temple of Solomon. Look at this here, because this is how the temple look. Hold it back. This is not the Temple of Solomon, because this is how the temple look. The temple was over there. You see right there? That was the temple. Not one stone was left on the what? On the just as the prophecy said it would be. You see, so this is why I showed you that little map, or that little picture down below, huh? To give you an understanding. You see, this is how the temple look, and this is Zion, where we standing at now. Come here, brother. Step over here for a second. This is Zion, where we standing up now. This is another diagram of the temple that was on that wall, and it's looking down.
It's where the rocks or where the dirt is. Like,
Right.
Rocky dirt.
Right. You see here? This is looking in that direction. From there, back that direction. It's this photograph here. Now, the photograph I showed you guys earlier was this one here. Okay, where you at? Let's see where you at. That's that one. Flip it back. Okay, this one here. You hear? Where you can see, now we're in the fort, right? Holy, and that the temple was right there, right across. You see? See Solomon's temple. It's right there on that hill there, but it's been completely destroyed, and according to the scripture, never to be built. You understand? Because this is the place where the Most High is going to dwell forever. You see, and that's the holy place, right there. So what you're looking at right now is the tabernacle of David, set up just like the tabernacle right here. You feeling me, brother, my brother? Okay, so now, let's give you an understanding. You see here, this is where we at right now. This was the first wall, this was the second. That's that third wall I was telling you about. Remember the scripture said third wall. The third wall will take you right across there over. Now look at this here. Now hold this together, guys. And get you here with the camera. The third wall will take you from this end over the valley, over to what is called the Mount of Olives, and then around to the temple. Now this is Hab's temple. It's right over there. With Fort Antonio, right over there. That's another place. Hab's temple, but then look at this here. This
We're not on this part. We're not on this map.
You're here. You're standing right here.
Okay.
In this fort right now.
So
And you're looking at that wall, you're looking at that wall there, that second wall, and it's the third great wall. And that extends across here, all the way across there, all the way around. You can see
that's on the
remnants.
right side.
You can see remnants there. That's going through the book, you know, the Kittredge Valley in the book. But the key thing here is where it says Golgotha is at. Look at that. Golgotha. You see those crosses?
Where you
Jesus was crucified right there. Jesus was crucified.
on that hill.
On that hill.
Right there. You see those little black things at the top of that hill? Huh? Those they're like eyes. That's where Jesus was crucified. You see right here?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
Golgotha.
You see it?
Right there.
You see it? Yeah.
Now the only way now how do
I
I
see it.
people say how
I'm
do I
still
know?
trying to orient myself with this
well,
map here.
that's right. Let's do
So
it
I'm
like that.
standing right here.
Right here.
Okay. Which is right here. So
You hold it. You hold it.
So this is how it is.
Yeah, we got this right there. We're here.
I'm here. I'm facing this way.
Mount Olives is
Or I'm facing that
over
way.
there.
Right.
You're facing this way, right here. You
Yeah.
see the ridge of this mountain? That's the ridge right there. You see coming out right there. That's the mountain right
This right here.
there. Right.
So I'm looking this way. So it's kind of like that.
No, it's just like this.
Just like that.
Just like that. Now, but let me give you a more accurate map.
So Jesus walked the whole way
Let me give you a more accurate map. see something.
Sometimes that can be a slope.
Oh, don't worry about it. Right there. Okay, now this is where we at. Come on.
How far is that?
Okay, well, come here. Everybody look at this. Now this is the rod. You see? That's still a rod. So you're looking in this. You're looking like this, in that direction there. That mountain there.
This is that
Right above that
tallest
city.
one.
No,
Right above
Excuse
that
me,
little
can you
city.
see that
Second
little,
level.
see that little town right there?
Yes,
Above that town.
right above that on that second.
See the,
This small town to the right.
see the shadows on
Above
top?
it.
Okay.
The shadows.
Put the top on something.
The shadows are to look like eyes, like a skull. See if you could look at the hill like a
rocks.
skull. See it?
There is a
the
spider
way
on
that
me,
the
isn't
rock-
there? I thought so. It's freaking me out. Okay, so there's 3 bits of buildings. The one farthest to the right.
Yep, straight above that.
I'm losing my spot up here. Where's that older picture? With
Where's
the
that
crosses.
The first picture, Howshua.
Yeah.
Above the city.
I think it was back here.
No, it's back. No, it's back there. No, it's back there. Oh, the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was. I think it's close to it.
One more. There you go.
Okay. So that is that.
Yep.
And where do people think that is then?
Yeah. Just outside.
That's it right there. So they made him walk this old ancient road.
Okay, I gotta take
And
a
that's-
quick leap. Show them how the mountains are surrounded by Jerusalem.
That's what I just said too. I just told him.
I think
was
just
like,
like where they have things on this map is not quite accurate.
Yeah, he
as
said
far as-
it's a little